What is going on, guys? I am Liminal. In today's video I want to share some of my thoughts on these past 2 beta weekends of Battlefield 6. Before we start, did you guys like that little sniper taj that I had there at the beginning? Playing over these past 2 weekends, I would occasionally pull out the recon class, and I don't know what it is, but sniping in this game feels so crispy. I'm at the edge of my seat waiting for these larger maps to come out. I just want to get into those long range sniper duels like I did in Battlefield 4 on Operation Firestorm. You know, back in the day, I'm leaning forward as close as I can to my TV on my PlayStation and you know, getting that pixel perfect headshot at 1,200 yards from each mountain near spawn. It reminded me of those days. But being that this video is coming out after, you know, Battlefield Studios had released their debrief going over the changes, a lot of the things that I had issues with are being, I guess, resolved. We'll have to see exactly what that means in the full game, hopefully. First off, we'll start with the weapons. They said that the weapons, they're making targeted adjustments to deliver a more consistent and rewarding gunplay experience. This includes a general pass on recoil and tap fire characteristics across all weapons, further emphasizing their unique feel and improving range on them. They've also made changes to encourage more controlled tap fire and burst fire. I did that a little bit. I felt like a lot of my engagements were within a certain range where full auto was acceptable. I think there was just a handful of engagements that I was doing with the SMGs where I had to burst fire. Obviously, they want to go and reward precision with weapon mastery, which I absolutely love. That's cool as shit. I want it to feel more thought out, and like I want that gunplay, and when I get a kill, for it to be something like special instead of just another kill on the leaderboard. But they also nerfed the shotgun, the M87A1. It requires more pellets to secure a kill, which is awesome. I hope they adjusted not only the amount of pellets but also the damage range. It felt like you were getting sniped with that motherfucker. It was crazy. And then they're investigating the time to kill and time to death experiences. Yeah, first weekend never really had a problem with the TTK and the time to death. Weekend 2, it felt like there was some sort of like back end server problem where I think in this gameplay that I'm using, there's going to be a spot where I get 3 bulleted from a gun, and it shows it on the side for like the damage dealt. To me, it was ridiculous. Like, I had no chance of like reacting to that. But I think it's good that they're going to be improving all this, improving the range, changing up the differentiation between the weapons is going to be good. It felt like all guns were just equally strong, outside of the recoil pattern on the M4. The M4 felt like it had a lot of horizontal recoil, even with some of the attachments that I was trying to test out. It saddens me a bit that the SMGs are probably going to be within the scope of that, because it felt so awesome, like cross-mapping somebody with that SMG. It was a little ridiculous, but we gotta live with it. The shotgun, honestly, I'm glad that they listened to the community and adjusted. That gun was a bitch. The amount of times I died to someone with that gun is crazy. I hated that way. I hated seeing that weapon being used against me. It was so annoying. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I used shotguns all the time. I absolutely loved barrel stuffing kids in Battlefield 4 with the shorty 12 gauge. It was the best secondary for the recon class ever. Just again, going back to the Operation Firestorm, sitting up on top of one of the mountains, you got a kid that snuck up on you and you hear him last second, you switch the shotgun and just let him eat 12 gauge rounds. It's like it was the best thing ever. But from what I remember, like point blank, it would one shot, but anything past about 10-15 meters, it required 2 or more shots to kill, which it felt balanced. Like, you had to be right there and personal with the person in order to get that one shot, unlike this M87A1. I kind of would have thought that they would have done something like that when it was announced that the assault class was going to get like a equipment weapon for like a second rifle. I kind of would have thought that they would have given for that equipment slot like a shorty-esque shotgun, but instead of a full size. Like, the full size would be reserved for the primary, while you have the shorty 12 gauge for your for your just quick up and personal. And it kind of seemed what it was going to be like. It's great that they're going to be moving, like they're going to be nerfing the shotgun. Also nerfing the movement. I never really noticed anything crazy, so I guess the shotgun was a little crazy there with the whole movement of the game that they were trying to nerf. Now moving over to the movement side, now I didn't notice anything crazy, but they said movement mechanics have been adjusted to create a more balanced and traditional Battlefield experience. Momentum, especially horizontal speed, carried from a slide into a jump, has been reduced. There is now greater penalty for consecutive jumps, which lowers jump height when jumps are spammed. Firing while jumping or sliding will result in increased inaccuracy. These changes are designed to make sliding and jumping more situational so they are no longer ideal options for engaging in gunfights. We will contribute to a gunplay pace that rewards a skillful movement without becoming too fast or unpredictable. Even though I didn't see a whole lot of this, I don't mind it at all. Obviously, we don't want people trying to b-hop or quote-unquote slide cancel throughout the map. There was only a handful of times that I saw somebody try to do it, and every single time, whether it was me engaging them or somebody else, they got melted every time. So I mean, like, it wasn't too big of a deal. Obviously, if you're a more experienced player doing it, you're gonna be able to probably fight through that just before this change happened. Obviously, being slower paced and not like some crazy bullshit is always fine with me. I think I might have tried to slide cancel that first weekend coming off of Warzone, forcing myself to play it, but it didn't work, obviously, so I didn't ever do it again. When it comes to really a movement issue, it's more of a bug that I was noticing, and I hope that's like under the umbrella of movement for a fix. Like when you're standing on a wall outside, so like, what was that map called? It was like an Iberian Strike or some shit. Iberian Offensive. On that map outside of C, if you're on that wall that goes towards A, and you have those there's like a set of 3 walls, that like full walls that you can hide behind. Yeah, if you try to run off of that, it would launch you into the middle of the street at like Mach speeds. So it's like, I hope that, obviously that was a bug, I hope that gets fixed. It got really annoying because I liked sitting on that wall and hiding behind the wall and watching the backside of C. It was so easy to pick up kills there, but anytime you tried to run off of it, you got launched in some random direction. I hope that gets fixed, but obviously clearly a bug. That was the only major issue that I had. For the maps, they observed some players finding a way to reach rooftops and venture out of bounds. This gameplay is not intended for these maps, and the upcoming ladder for the assault class is also not designed to access these areas. We're actively working on adjustments to prevent unintended access and ensure gameplay stays within the intended boundaries. This was one of my biggest complaints towards this game. I wish I had recorded it. The last game I played on Sunday night of the weekend 2 was quite possibly the worst experience that I've ever had in a Battlefield title. On Liberation Peak, we all know the rock on Objective C that some of the streamers were glitching into. Obviously that's going to be fixed. I'll put like a little clip up here so that we're all on the same page of what I'm talking about. The amount of kids I saw in that rock every time I got Liberation Peak was crazy. They were all fighting over it. It was some scary work. The amount of kids who wanted to glitch into the rock. But again, clearly that was a bug. It's probably gonna get fixed. But the real issue that I had was that goddamn motherfucking rock formation in between point C and D. We all know it is. There's a map here. I'll point it out for you. While trying to capture D, I don't know how many times. Like, I was getting just shot at, and like I get hit once from it. Like these kids are not sniping well, so if anything, they're just a nuisance. They wouldn't necessarily kill me, but again, they're just a nuisance. And every time I was trying to push D this game. But yeah, while trying to capture D, I don't know how many times I got killed by these kids sitting on that goddamn rock. It made pushing D so annoying. They were such a nuisance sitting on that rock. But you might say, oh, liminal, you just gotta kill them this way. You gotta kill them X way, and then you'll be able to cap D easier. Well, guys, you might be right in saying that. But when I look over and I see, you know, a dozen neutron stars worth of scope glints, you can't kill them all. And then occasionally I would walk over there and I'd see, you know, a handful of scope glints looking at me, and then mixed amongst them is the blue dots of friendlies that are also on that rock. It made me infuriated because, like, guys, you don't hear the enemy sniping next to you. You don't see on the map that there's a red dot next to you on the rock. It's like, can you just turn around and kill him? He's right above you, And it's not like I didn't I was trying to engage them when there was nobody on D, but when you're trying to shoot somebody on D and you have some dude sniping you from the left or the right, depending on what direction you're coming from, it made it very annoying. And, you know, typing in chat, guys, on rock between C and D, can you kill the enemy standing on that same rock? And they don't do it. It's like, what am I supposed to do? it's annoying. That rock is seared into my mind for being the worst object in the game. You know, I'm sorry that it's a touchy subject. I died so many times inadvertently just trying to dodge their shots while also dodging enemy fire directly in front of me. It's wishful thinking, but I would really want that rock formation to be, that entire rock formation to be considered out of bounds. Like, you might be able to climb up a little bit onto it to be able to see over, but being able to sit on top of it, no, that's ridiculous. Just put the entire rock out of bounds. Like, the maps we played were chaotic enough. I don't think we need people, you know, doing whatever the f they want, glitching out. Lastly, everything that was in the debrief was either something that I didn't play or didn't notice was an issue. Like, I didn't play Breakthrough, so I have no idea. I can't comment on how it played for the changes that they thought were needed. I heard that like the plant sites were in pretty heinous spots, but again, I can't talk on it. I didn't play it. I played a little bit of the I guess it would be like the squad game modes, because my Call of Duty friends just don't want to play it. Don't want to play the big maps, so they wanted to play like the Call of Duty style gameplay, the game modes. So I played that, and while it was fun in the beginning, for the first few games, it was kind of like goofy fun. It got really annoying on weekend 2 when I guess all of the tryhards got on. I don't know, like it was ridiculous. There was so many people like camping corners with shotguns and stuff. I do like that they're going to be keeping the open and closed weapons playlist, because that's all I ever played was the closed weapons. I want, that's what I come for. I want closed weapons. I want the big maps. That's what I'm gonna play. You might see me on Firestorm 2.0 when it comes out, but that's about it. I just want the large scale maps for sniping. But I do want to see some more remakes. Obviously they're gonna be doing Operation Firestorm. It's an amazing map, but I want to see something different. It's been remade 3 times already. Caspian Border remade 3 times already. You know, some maps that I'm gonna list off I would like to see because I like them. I loved Zavad, you know, Dragon Valley 2015, Paracel Storm, either Gulf of Omens, the Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 version. Hangar 21 was an amazing map. I absolutely loved it. It was within the final DLC pack for Battlefield 4. I loved it. It was the nighttime snow mountain map that had the pod launchers that you could get into. It was the coolest shit I've ever seen. You know, Aftermath and Damavand Peak, to just list a few. Like, give us some new maps, obviously, but can we sprinkle in some of the classics, like get one new map, one remake, some shit like that? I don't know. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the beta and are ready to tear it up on October 10th. I'll be meeting you out there, hopefully. Hopefully we'll have a good time, and we'll see what's out there. But please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future videos. And I'm Liminal, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.